There is a sound you learn to recognize if you have reported on enough wars.
كينات زترف ነገር የለም ያው كينات
حذون هذا تقرأ سلام دحنة تنبرا قطول نحركني نخسوا من ما يمثلني خسوا إلهم.
It's not gunfire, not yet. It's the language that comes before the shooting starts.
Ethiopia የቀይ ባህር አክሰስ ጉዳይ አይቀሬ ስለሆነ
I'm Jamal Osman. Welcome to my journalism toolkit. In December, I reported on the growing fear of another war in Ethiopia. The headline suggests that fear might no longer be hypothetical. Troops are moving, old enemies are finding common cause, and Ethiopians, ordinary people, are once again listening for the sound of history repeating itself. What's happening, but why it feels so familiar, and why so many people here knew this moment was coming. Addis Ababa is often called the diplomatic capital of Africa. It hosts the African Union, it hosts summits, peace talks, grand speeches about unity. And under Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, it has been transformed. New roads, new parks, new monuments. So much so that some locals call it Abiy's project. Abiy came to power as a reformer, a man who promised to pull Ethiopia out of decades of conflict. In 2019, he won the Nobel Peace Prize for ending the long war with Eritrea. But peace prizes don't freeze history, and in this part of the world, memory is long. Ethiopia is one of the world's largest landlocked countries. More than 120 million people with no direct access to the sea. Abiy has been clear, this is not acceptable.
እርግጠኛ ነኝ ኢትዮጵያ ተዘግታ አትኖርም ማንንም ፈለገም አልፈለገም አትኖርም.
It's a line that sounds economic, strategic, even reasonable. But in the Horn of Africa, borders are scarce, not lines on a map. Standing between Ethiopia and the Red Sea is Eritrea, and between Addis Ababa and Eritrea lies Tigray. Tigray is home to around 6 million people on Ethiopia's northern edge. For decades, it was dominated by the Tigray People's Liberation Front, or the TPLF. They once ruled Ethiopia. They later fought Ethiopia. Between 2020 and 2022, Tigray was consumed by a brutal war. Federal forces from Addis Ababa, the Fano militia from Amhara, and Eritrean troops from the north. It was devastating, hundreds of thousands dead, entire towns destroyed, a generation marked. A peace deal stopped the fighting, but it did not settle the argument. That distinction matters. What's happening now would have sounded unthinkable just a few years ago. The TPLF, the Fano militia, and Eritrea, former enemies, now aligned, not with each other, but against Addis Ababa. Why? Because Abiy's push toward the Red Sea threatens Eritrea. In the Horn of Africa, alliances are not built on trust, they are built on shared fear. In the mountains bordering Tigray, I met fighters training for a future they say they don't want, but believe is inevitable. This is the Tigray Peace Force, a new group only months old. Many of these soldiers once fought for the TPLF, now they have turned against it. Desalegn Heftu is one of its founders. He was a businessman in Addis Ababa until war came to his hometown. After witnessing a massacre, he picked up a weapon. He told me their goal is simple and dangerous, to remove the TPLF from power in Tigray. Not because they want war, he says, but because they believe war is already being prepared.
نهزبي بقى أنا هذا سراوي تقول هنا نمبر سلطان من درينا يكوننا نزيل راوي هذا استقرارين سلام من دحنا تنكر قلت له أنا بقى أنا هذا سراوي مهنا نمبر.
Nearly every fighter I met carried injuries, some visible, some not. One of them was Ganet. She's 20 years old. She's been a soldier since she was 16. She told me she didn't understand politics when she joined. Only loyalties, only survival.
برقط أبتي زنابرة قال 10 عامة نيرة بق نحنا البوليتيكا أين فلطن خلتشان 10 سنة وصيا خلتشان 10 ربعتن درona توقعين يا زي وص حسينا لنا حزونا رسي.
In 2021, she was injured in a drone strike. She showed me the scars. Her comrades are dead. Her commanders, she says, moved on.
بدحريو خلتشان 15 تسنابيتا قد من يخم زلنا سبيلن ምክንያቱ እትንዓና ዝኸውን እትንዓና ዝዝክር ግዜ ይብሎም ንሶም ናይ ዓለም ስልጣኖም ዝገበሩ ሰዓትዮም
Enough is enough, she told me. We want progress, not war. In Ethiopia, every generation learns this lesson too late. In Abala town, far from strategy rooms and speeches, people spoke quietly about what they fear most. Not ideology, not borders, another interruption to life.
በሰላም እንቅልፍ አይተኙም እሱም በማሰብ እና አሁን ወደፊትም ወደ ኋላም ሰላም ለማግኘት በጣም ብዙ ጥቃት ያጋጥሙናል ብለው ይፈሩና አሁን
ኣብዚ ብላዕቴና 4 ዓመት ሕርሻ የተሓረሰ ባዳ ኮይኑ ጸኒዑ ሎሚ ዓመት ቁሩብ ሓሪስና ሓሪሶሙልና ለተሓረሰ ሓሪስና ኸዛብ ቁልና ነህና እዙይስና ኣእቲናስ ንበልዕ ዲና ልበሃል ብፍርሒ ብሰላሚ ብጸሎቲ ነህና
Parents spoke about children who don't sleep properly anymore. They know what comes next. They have lived it before. Peace here is often just a space between wars. Major General Zodu Kiros is one of the senior figures in the Tigray Peace Force. She was blunt. She believes another conflict is coming soon.
ዋና ዓላማናትና ካብኡ ዘሎ ሓይሊ ምውጋድ በቀት ናይ ጭቆና ሓይለ እትዓፋነ ስርዓት ናይ TPLF ክውገድ ምግባር እንደገና ካሊእ ኮይናት ይሓስበሉ ኣነ ዘይ ኣምነሉ TPLF ኣይቅበሎን እዚ
She told me the fear among Tigrayans that their land will once again become a battlefield is entirely reasonable. When a general says that out loud, it's not rhetoric, it's a forecast. As night fell in the mountains, the fighters shared a meal. It's called gursha, the Ethiopian tradition of feeding others with your hands. They ate together, laughed quietly. War has a way of rearranging loyalties, but not erasing humanity. That too is what makes it so tragic. Ethiopia has asked itself the same question for generations. Can we escape our past, or are we condemned to repeat it? Right now, the signs are troubling. The language has changed. The alliances have hardened. The people are bracing themselves. Wars don't usually begin with explosions. They begin with certainty, with leaders convinced they have no other choice. Back in December, many Ethiopians told me they feared another war was coming. That fear feels dangerously close to reality. History is watching. So are the people who will pay the price. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.